Hello children, welcome to my channel Calculus. In this video we will study the 10th standard CBSE mathematics. Before going to that, let me introduce myself. I am Simi Aran. Our first lesson is real numbers. Then before that we will revise some portions. That is first numbers, that is odd numbers. We all know that odd numbers are 1, 3, 5, etc. Then even numbers are multiples of 2, that is 2, 4, 6, etc. are called even numbers. Then natural numbers, that is natural numbers are counting numbers, so starting from 1, 2, 3, etc. That is the combination of odd and even numbers are called natural numbers, and natural numbers are counting numbers. We are counting from 1. So the smallest natural number is 1 and the greatest natural number we can't say. And natural numbers are represented by capital N. Then whole numbers, that is natural number along with 0 are called whole numbers. So 0 also come, 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. are called whole numbers. The smallest whole number is 0 and the greatest whole number we can't say. And whole numbers are represented by capital W. Then coming integers. In integers, negative numbers 0 and positive numbers are called integers. Negative numbers 0 and positive numbers, that is negative numbers along with whole numbers are called integers, and integers are represented by capital Z. Then rational numbers. Rational number, we all know that rational numbers are numbers which can be expressed in the form P by Q. Where Q not equal to 0. That is Q is the denominator, then division with 0 is not defined. So a number which can be expressed in the form P by Q where Q not equal to 0 are called rational numbers. Rational numbers are represented as capital Q. Then irrational numbers. Irrational numbers are the numbers which cannot be expressed in the form P by Q where Q not equal to 0 are called irrational numbers, and irrational numbers are represented by capital P. Then real numbers, that is the combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers are called real numbers, and real numbers are represented by capital R. So odd and even numbers, then odd and even combination is natural numbers. Natural numbers along with 0 are called whole numbers. Then negative numbers 0 and positive numbers are integers. Then rational numbers are of the form P by Q, Q not equal to 0. Irrational numbers cannot be written in the form P by Q where Q not equal to 0, and real numbers means the combination of rational numbers and irrational numbers. Then what is prime and composite? Prime and composite numbers. A number which have only 2 factors are called prime numbers, and number which have more than 2 factors are called composite numbers. That is prime numbers, example 2, 3, 5, etc. Composite numbers 4, 9, because 2 factors of 2 are 1 and 2. Factors of 3 are 1 and 3. Factors of 5 are 1 and 5. Then composite, factors of 4, 1, 4 and 2 also come. Composite number 1, 9 and also 3. That is a prime number means which has only 2 factors, and composite number means which has more than 2 factors. Now smallest prime number is 2 and the smallest composite number is 4. Then 2 is the even prime number, only even prime number is 2. Then in rational numbers, that is P by Q form, numbers are rational numbers. This is fractional form. We all know a fraction. Fraction means a part of a whole is called a fraction. A whole is divided into 2 equal parts. each is called half of the whole. 4 equal parts, each is called quarter of the whole. It is numerator divided by denominator. So fractions, different types of fractions also we study. That is, if the numerator is less than the denominator, it is a proper fraction. If the numerator is greater than the denominator, it is an improper fraction. And if all the numerators are 1, it is called a unit fraction. And if the denominators are same, it is called a like fraction, and the denominators are different, it is called unlike fraction. And then mixed fraction also. Mixed fraction, the name shows that some mixing, that is a whole number and a proper fraction. That is a combination of a whole number and a proper fraction is called a mixed fraction. Then we study the conversions, that is an improper fraction into a mixed fraction and a mixed fraction into an improper fraction. A fraction 15 by 2. The numerator is greater than the denominator, so it is an improper fraction. It is an improper fraction, and we know how to convert improper into mixed and mixed to improper. How to convert? First we divide this 15 divided by 2. 2 table, how many times? 7 times 14, and the remainder is 1. So we can write 15 by 2. First we write the 7, that is the quotient as whole number, and the same denominator as denominator, and whichever remains, that is the remainder as numerator. 7 1 by 2. This is the mixed fraction and this is the improper fraction. Then 7 1 by 2. This is mixed, we convert to improper. How to convert? This denominator into whole number plus numerator, that is the numerator divided by the same denominator, that is 2 upon 2 into 7, then plus 1. So 2 into 7 is 14 plus 1 by 2, which is equal to 15 by 2. So in this way we can convert improper into mixed and mixed into improper. Remember. Then next, let us revise HCF. What is HCF? Highest common factor. HCF, that is highest common factor. HCF, highest common factor. We already studied how to find the HCF in smaller classes. That is, there are 3 methods. One is factor method, one is prime factorization, and one is division method. Let us revise. First we take any 2 numbers, 24 and 36. First, factor method. We revise, that is the factors of 24. You know that 1 24, then 2 12, 3 8, 4 6, then no more factors. Then next, factors of 36. There are also 1 36, then 2 18, 3 12, 4 9 and 6. Then we write the common factors, that is 1 2 3 4 6, then 12. Then highest common factor, which among is the highest? 12. So we get HCF is 12. Then next is prime factorization method, using prime factorization. So factorize only through prime numbers. So 24, we can factorize 24. First prime number is 2, so taken 2 outside. 24 by 2, 12, then again 2, 6, again 2, 3, then 3, 1. And 24, we can write 2 into 2 into 2 into 3. The same way 36, 2, 18, 2, 9, then 3, 3, 3, 1. So 36 we can write 2 into 2 into 3 into 3. So HCF, that is the common factor, here 2, here 2. So pairing these two, we can write 1 2, then 2, then again these two from 1 2, then these 2 3s, and 2 3 have no common factors. Then so 2 into 2 into 3, that is 2 into 2 4 into 3 12. And next is division method. Division method, that is first we write the greater number, that is 24 and 36. Which one is greater? 36. 36 inside, and then we put in this way. Then here 24. So how many times 24 goes on 36? One time. Here 1 we write, then 24. Then subtraction 2, 1. Again this 12 is the divisor. So you put in this way and extend here. And this 24 is the dividend. Here we write. Then how many times 12 goes on? 2 times 24. Now we get the remainder 0. Or we are dividing in this way, it is going on, and whenever we get 0, so the next divisor, this divisor is the HCF. So here also HCF is 12. So these three methods we studied earlier classes for finding HCF. Okay. Then now consider a fraction 7 by 2. Then 7 divided by 2, 3 times 6, remainder 1. So we can write dividend equal to 7. What do you mean by dividend? Dividend means number to be divided. That is called dividend. And in a division, the largest number is dividend. Then next, divisor. Divisor means a number that divides is divisor. That is here 2. Then quotient. Quotient means how many times the divisor goes on the dividend, that is quotient. Here it is 3. And then remainder. It is whatever it is left over or whatever it is remaining, that is called remainder. Here it is 1. So dividend, divisor, quotient, remainder, these four we have an equation. Dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. And this we use for checking division. Small classes we studied this. So dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here dividend is 7, then divisor 2, then quotient 3. So 2 into 3 6 plus the remainder 1, we get 7. So for checking division we use this equation, dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, and it is called division algorithm. This division algorithm. And then what is the quotient here? 3, and dividend is 7. So quotient 3 is less than 7, that is quotient is less than dividend. Is it always true? Yes. And then sometimes this quotient equal to dividend, that is a number dividing with 1. 7 times we get 7 0. So the dividend and quotient are same whenever a number divides with 1. So a number dividing with 1, we get the same number. So sometimes this quotient is equal to dividend, otherwise always quotient is less than dividend. Then whatever the remainder are, remainder here 0, that is less than 1, here 1, that is less than 2. So remainder is always less than the divisor. So always divisor and remainder, always divisor is greater than the remainder. So quotient equal to dividend, quotient may be equal to dividend, or quotient is always less than the dividend, and remainder always less than the divisor. So we can write 0 less than or equal to remainder less than divisor. So in a division, remainder may be 0 or otherwise remainder is greater than 0, and always the divisor is greater than the remainder. So in general we can say this dividend is A and divisor is B and quotient is Q and the remainder is R. Then this equation, dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder, that becomes A is equal to divisor, that is B, into quotient into Q, then plus R. So A equal to BQ plus R. 0 less than or equal to r less than b. And this equation, this is called Euclid's division lemma. This is Euclid's division lemma. That is, for given positive integers a and b, there exist two integers q and r such that a is equal to bq plus r, 0 less than or equal to r less than b. And this is used for positive integers. It can be extended for all integers except 0, that is b not equal to 0. And division algorithm is based on this lemma. And what do you mean by algorithm and lemma? What is the difference? Algorithm means a series of steps which gives a procedure for solving a type of problem. And lemma means it is a proven statement for solving another statement. So using Euclid's division lemma, we can find the HCF of numbers. So take an example 24, 36. So we have to find out the HCF of 24 and 36 using Euclid's division lemma. We know that Euclid's division lemma is a is equal to bq plus r, 0 less than or equal to r less than b, in that form. So first the greater number 36. 36 we divide with 24, 1 times 24, then subtracting we get 12. So we can write 36 equal to 24 into 1 plus 12. That is dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Then next this divisor, that will be the dividend. So 24 dividing with this 12, 2 times 24. We get 0. So next we write 12 into 2 plus 0. That is 24 is the dividend. Dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So we continue these steps, and whenever we get 0 as remainder, that divisor is the HCF. That is HCF is equal to 12. Clear? The next 420 and 130. So 420 is the largest number. So 420 divided by 130. So 13 into 3 is 39 and 13 into 4 is 52. So 3 times 3 0, 3 into 3 9, 3 into 1 3. So 0 then 3. So we can write here 130 into 3 plus 30. So again we write this 130 as dividend. 130 equal to next 130 divided by this 30. That is, we know 4 times 120 and the remainder is 10. So we write that is 30 into 4 plus 10. That is dividend equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here also the remainder is not equal to 0. So again we write this divisor as dividend, that is 30 equal to, then we divide 30 divided by this 10. So 3 times 30 and the remainder is 0. So we can write 10 into 3 plus 0. Now we get remainder as 0. So the HCF is 10. Clear? Then using Euclid's division lemma, find the HCF. Find HCF. Then let us take an example, the same example 24, 36. We know that the HCF is 12, we find out earlier. But using this division lemma, how to find out the HCF? First we look out these two numbers, which one is greater? 36 is greater. So we first divide this 36 divided by 24. Then how many times it goes? 1 times 24. Then subtracting 12 we get. So we can write this 36 as divisor. Which one is the divisor? 24 into 1 plus 12. 24 into 1 plus 12. That is, which is of the form A is equal to BQ plus R. This we know that 0 less than or equal to R less than B. This is the Euclid's division lemma. In this way we can write 24, 36, bigger number is 36, so 36 divided by 24 we get the quotient 1 and remainder 12. So we can write 36 equal to 24 into 1 plus 12. Next we divide this 24. 24 divided by 12. That is 2 times 24. Then remainder is 0. So we can write 12 into 2 plus 0. Whenever the remainder we get 0, that divisor is the HCF. So here HCF is 12. Let us take another two examples. Next we take 420 and 130. So the large number is 420. So we write 420 divided by 130. How many times? It is 13 into half, 13 into 3, 39, 13 into 4, 52. So 3 times we get 3 into 0, 0, 3 into 3, 9, 3 into 1, 3, 3, 90, then minusing. 12 minus 9, 3, and here 0, so 30. So we can write 130 into 3 plus 30. So next we can write 130 is equal to 130 divided by 30. That is next divisor divided by the remainder. That is 130 by 30. Then how many times we know? 4 times 120 and the remainder is 10. So we can write here 30 into 4 plus 10. So first we write 420, that is the divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here also divisor into quotient plus remainder. Here remainder is not 0, here also remainder is not 0. So again we write this 30. 30 equal to 30 divided by 10. How many times? 3 times 30 and we get the remainder 0. So when we dividing 30 by 10, we write 10 into 3 plus 0. Now we get the remainder 0, that divisor is the HCF. So HCF is equal to 10. Clear? So today's class is over, and the next class we will do the first exercise of real numbers through calculus. Then if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe this video. And if you have any doubt, please mention in comment box. Okay, thank you. Bye.